Worldwide Exchange is now a podcast. Join me, Brian Sullivan, as we get your day started with the big money stories you care about, all the smart takes on the news from the U.S. and around the world. Subscribe to the Worldwide Exchange podcast today.
I'm Marcus Lemonis, and you're listening to The Profit, the podcast from CNBC. At a lighting business that helps folks design their own beautiful custom fixtures,
we've got a 3-cluster, a 5-cluster, 7-cluster.
The owner has taken DIY to a whole new level. Who's customer service?
Me.
And who's the operations manager?
Me.
Who does the accounting?
Me.
Jennifer Brown built the company from scratch out of her house.
I joke, like, is this Jen's basement still, or is this a real business?
And 4 years later, she hasn't changed her philosophy much.
Your name is already on this list 3 times, Jen.
There's no clear structure in place. There's not a clear mission. It's like, okay, we don't know what to do. There's a steady stream of employees heading for the exits.
It's difficult to stay here. There's only so high that you can go.
The ones who've stayed question whether they're valued.
As a business person, you are required to have some coldness.
If I can't help her loosen the reins and learn to value her team, what's your deal with people? It may not be long before it's lights out.
This has been 5 years. It just doesn't sit well with me.
My name is Marcus Lemonis, and I risk my own money to save struggling businesses. We're not going to wake up every morning wondering if we have a job. We're going to wake up every morning wondering how many jobs we have to do. It's not always pretty. Everything's going to change. Everything. But I do it to save jobs, and I do it to make money. This, let's go to work, is The Profit. There are a number of things that drew me to Hangout Lighting. Number one, I know the lighting business can have spectacular margins. Number two, I have a portfolio of businesses that could really take advantage of Hangout's assets. And number three, the fact that it's in Chicago, it allows me to stop by and really be more involved in the business. Hi.
Hi, Marcus.
How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Nice to meet you. Look how cool this is.
Yeah, this is Hangout Lighting.
Is there like a hangout?
We're always hanging out.
How big is the place?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Holy this place is huge.
Yeah. Even as a kid, like, my room was full of rope lights and black lights on 3 different switches so I could have, like, set different moods. I just always thought it was fun how much you can do with it.
So this is the inventory?
Yeah.
How many different combinations is there?
It's infinite.
When you look at the way people are decorating today, people want to be able to be crafty on their own. They want to pick their own colors, pick their own bulbs, and there's a real market for it. Where did this business start?
This started out of my house. I was making lights in my bedroom, and I just, like, made one. So I listed it on Etsy. Took, like, a week to get a sale. And I was like, oh, this is easy.
Kind of cool,
This is easy.
Right.
Yeah, I should do more of this.
Right.
So that's when I realized, like, I'm selling a $300 light for $15 worth of supplies. Wow, I really have something here.
Killer margins.
Yeah.
What's the price point for one light?
It starts at $50.
Pretty affordable.
Yeah, absolutely. So it starts with a single pendant, and then we've got a 3-cluster, a 5-cluster, 7-cluster, all the way up to 19 pendants is the largest. And then the wood chandeliers.
And how much revenue did you do
Yeah.
in 2017?
$730.
730,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So I'm hoping to do $1 million this year for sure.
So of your 730,000, how much of it is online?
95%.
That means that you really have no commercial sales.
Yeah, I'm overwhelmed at times trying to do everything, and I don't know how to scale it to large orders with big companies and managing people.
And so who's actually the sales manager?
No one. Me.
And who's customer service?
Me.
And who's the operations manager?
Me.
Who does the accounting?
Me. I kind of do everything.
Okay. A lot of business owners will say, look, people aren't going to do it right. I'll just do it myself. If I was investing in a business that didn't have any growth expectation, Jen could take the orders, make the lights, put them in a box and ship them. The business will never grow, but it would do just fine if you were okay making $40,000 on your investment.
Hi, Brian. Nice to meet
Brian,
you.
nice to meet you. What do you do here, Brian?
Mainly marketing and sales.
Okay.
I call him the technology guy. He built the website. He's kind of my main, go-to where we sit and talk about big picture.
How long have you been here?
Since the beginning. I mean, we were dating when I started it.
And are you still dating?
No.
No.
Okay.
Year and a half. Should I answer the phone?
I mean, if it's somebody that wants to buy something, yes.
Hangout Lighting, this is Jen. How can I help you?
You kind of got saved by the bell in the whole dating thing.
I'm Dustin.
Dustin, I'm Marcus.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
man.
to meet you.
How's it going?
Good. What do you do here?
Right now, just production. I was running the social media for a while, too. No one's officially been given a title.
So every single person here reports to Jen.
Yep.
There's nobody supervising things other than her.
Yeah.
So the social media, how come you're not doing that anymore?
I'm actually getting ready to leave.
You're leaving the company?
Yeah.
How come?
I am starting my own thing. It's a bong water flavoring and glass protectant.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
So,
Sorry.
Plus, I bartend at night, and I mean, I can make more money bartending. What's crazy is even on the slowest of slow nights, I still make more money there than here.
So if you could work here full time, would you want to?
Oh, I'd love to. If I was paid, oh man.
Dustin, your Uber's actually here.
Cool.
Sounds like you gotta go
too.
get to work. Come
Absolutely.
on, let's go.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Can you and I make a lamp?
Sure. I'd say start with your cord color. We used to have mostly like primary colors, and recently we've added a lot more of the like kind of neutrals.
What color is this? Wine.
We got to pick out our sockets.
Okay, now where do we go?
To one of these assembly stations.
Okay.
So you want to open up your socket.
I'm going to go further down the coordinates.
Okay. What was your name again?
Cody,
Cody, I'm Marcus.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. So how long have you worked here?
a year and a half?
Do you like it?
Yeah, kind of. I think everyone here is super passionate about this company, but it's difficult to stay here because there's only so high that you can go.
Look, I've spoken to 2 people on the floor, and neither have told me they see a bright future for themselves in the company. Not exactly the right culture. And is there anything about the business that you would improve or change?
It'd be nice if we had everything in stock more often.
Cody's always telling me we're out of things.
And so nobody's really managing the inventory.
Correct.
So what is the reason you're out?
I'm too busy, and it slipped past me.
Couldn't I make the argument that having the inventory manager would actually turn orders quicker, create happier customers, create return orders?
Yeah.
You gotta flip the switch.
Watch out!
Good job.
Can you take me through the website?
Okay. So this is the homepage.
This is what I see when I land.
Yeah.
Where's the start designing now?
So if you scroll down, there's all these forms that.
So let's say a single pendant.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I start with choose my style. So let's say I pick antique brass. How do I know what to do? Like what's recommended? How high is my ceiling? How do I know what to do?
There's always an issue with designing it for the average consumer.
Because I would get here and I'd be like, oh yeah, I need help. Somebody gonna help me?
Right.
Sure, fill out a form, we'll call you.
Yeah.
So what happens if I fill out that form?
Yeah. Goes to me. Right now with a customer service person.
Okay. Are you doing the web development?
Yeah.
So don't laugh when I say this. Everything that's missing is because you haven't put it in there.
Correct.
Okay. How is the equity? Who owns the company?
I own 100%.
And did you ever have equity?
Nope.
Never.
We've had conversations about it, and I've asked.
I mean, yeah, he's been asking since the beginning. I think I was scared to commit. I don't want to give him equity when I don't feel comfortable with it.
I feel that Hangout Lighting is where it is today because of my impact. I've steered and been a part of just about every major decision.
Like, I just feel like I do everything.
I tell you all the time, I will do anything if you ask me to help.
She touches everything instead of letting other people do their job. And as the leader of this business, she needs to delegate tasks so people know what their role is. What's the real reason you called me?
I think the employee structure, who to hire and in what roles and how to scale getting everything off my plate, it's really hard to delegate. I have a lot of anxiety about that.
As a business owner, you have to trust the people that are around you. And quite frankly, the business isn't just you. It's all the people that work here, it's your customers, it's your vendors, it's your landlord. Your job as the owner of the business is really you have to think about yourself more as the steward of the business. And you can't do everything in everybody's job. If we are going to be in business together, I have to teach you how to be a better business leader, but I am going to push you to deal with it. You have some financials we can look at?
Sure.
So this is balance sheet as of
As
right
of today?
now.
Yep.
And this is the P&L. So 2014 is when the business started.
Correct.
So 183,000 in sales the first year. 2015, 597,000 in sales. 2016, 844,000 in sales. And then it dropped to 728,000 in 2017.
I didn't expect it to go down. I wasn't pushing sales. I was moving into this new space, which was from 600 square feet to 4,500 square feet.
Yeah. Current assets, 78,000 in the bank. Total assets, 92,000. And then in terms of debt,
no debt.
You have 78,000 in the bank. Your business over 4 years has made money. Your margins are spectacular.
We still need your help, though.
I know you do. I don't only help businesses that make money. I help businesses that have dysfunction.
Gotcha.
What are the things that scare you about your business? What are the things that you worry about?
UL listing is a safety certification. Our parts are assembled at a UL certified manufacturer, and they're all stamped and marked. Our products as a whole entire product are not.
Parts and pieces are total assembled is not.
Correct. I'm concerned about how much the process and the product is going to have to change in order to comply with the book of rules that's that thick.
I think what does scare me is you doing everything.
I joke, like, is this Jen's basement still? Or is this a real business?
This idea isn't really a long-term strategy. And I think growing the business commercially into retail businesses and restaurants and hotels is something that looks like a possibility. What would you ultimately like to see happen?
I think moving forward, I would like to have equity and Jen appreciate what I bring to the table more.
I'm going to advocate against it.
Giving me equity?
Absolutely.
Why? What?
I mean, I could easily hire a professional website company to build me a brand new pretty website.
I don't understand where your feelings are coming from.
There was definitely times where I was like, I don't even know what you're doing. Like, can you send me emails with, like, what you're working on? Like, I feel like sometimes I ask for help, and I feel like he only does what he does. He doesn't help.
Okay.
There's definitely a frustration from her, Brian, and this is the thing that we are going to work on. So my offer is $250,000 for 33% of the business. I have to have full financial control because I want to make sure that we're relieving the burden of you having to do all this stuff.
Honestly, that is a lower valuation than I was expecting.
Worldwide Exchange is now a podcast. I'm Brian Sullivan. Join me as we hit the biggest money stories from around the world, breaking down the risks and rewards of global trade, the news you need to know with real-world actionable advice, and even a little fun and unique content you won't get anywhere else, like the most random but interesting thing you'll hear all day. Subscribe to the Worldwide Exchange podcast today.
There's a lot of assets here. 30% is definitely like the max that I wanted to give up in general. Coming into today, I had $500,000 for 30%.
My valuation was at $750,000. Your valuation was north of $1.6 million. It's
because I know how profitable it is. If we're netting $50,000 this year, if I didn't make a deal at all, I just delay this all 1 year and I'll have the $250,000.
Respectfully, I don't know how sustainable this is for you to be wearing all these hats with half the staff and a website that still isn't functioning.
Absolutely. And not just looking for cash, but it's really about everything else that you bring to the table.
Okay. So I'm $250,000 for 33. You're $500,000 for 30. My counter and my final offer is $250,000 for 25%.
You have a deal?
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're a good negotiator.
Excited. Thank you.
Congratulations. You did a great job. You've really built a nice business. Brian, thank you for your help today, buddy. I appreciate it. So Jen and I made a deal for me to invest $250,000 into the company for 25% of the business. We're going to improve our inventory process. We're going to work on having 2 clear lines of revenue. Direct to consumer, meaning an individual, and direct to consumer, meaning companies. We're going to work on the website to make it robust so that the user experience is simple and easy and clear. I think the last thing is we want to make sure that everybody understands their role and their opportunity. Jen wants to have full control. She's so used to doing everything herself. And if she wants to grow her business, she has to truly understand what the value of each of her